Hello. Welcome to day 5. I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome to the mat again. Thank you, and thank yourself for showing up yet again today for this short practice. Let's start with lion's breath. I want to introduce this breath technique that can feel a little silly at first, but is one of my favorite ways to really clear out anything that feels stagnant. If you feel frustrated, if you're having trouble communicating, if you just need to shake it out, I really love this breath technique. So I'll demonstrate it first, and we would take an inhale through your nostrils as usual. And on the exhale, we're sighing with our mouth open, tongue sticking out, eyes rolling into the back of your head. So it looks something like this. And there's an audible sound with the exhale. We're really sighing it out, releasing whatever stuckness is there. And again, probably looks really silly. I hope you're enjoying watching me demonstrate this, but it feels really good once you get comfortable with it. So I'll demonstrate it again for you. Inhaling. So let's try this a few times together. Taking an inhale through the nose. Exhaling. I like to shrug my shoulders up also and then release them on the exhale. So inhaling. So now that we've gotten a little laugh today, let's start with our practice. Let's find a comfortable seat if you're not already there. I like to put one leg in front of the other. You can also kneel or sit in a chair, whatever feels comfortable for you today. Hands are on your knees. Just gonna go for some neck rolls. Closing your eyes if you feel comfortable. And imagining that you're drawing a circle with your nose in one direction. Breathing into your neck, feeling that nice stretch, moving slowly. You might get little bits that crackle or make some interesting sounds. Just trying to really work in any areas that feel particularly tense. Making the circle bigger. Feeling the stretch maybe even in your upper back. And switching directions, drawing circles in the opposite way. Rotating around a few more times. Coming to stillness. Noticing how you feel. Today's mantra is, I speak my truth. I speak my truth. Notice how these words make you feel. Think of a time recently where you were given an opportunity to speak your truth, and think about if you spoke your truth or not, or if maybe something held you back, whether that was fear or uncertainty or something else. And send yourself some compassion. It can be incredibly difficult to speak our truth and have the hard conversations. I really like yoga because it helps me figure out how to speak my truth, and it gives me the confidence to really get to know myself and end up living my truth. From here, let's come to a tabletop position. Knees are under the hips, wrists are under the elbows, under the shoulders. Fingertips are wide. Going through some cat-cows. Inhaling to drop the belly, look forward. Exhale to round the spine, chin to chest. Inhaling to open. Exhaling to round. On your next cat pose, when you exhale, try using a lion's breath. Inhaling to open. Exhale, rounding the spine. One more round here. Inhaling to cow. Exhale, rounding the spine, lion's breath. Coming back to a tabletop position. Inhaling to bring the right leg out long. Foot's on the ground, just waking up through that calf a little bit. And step the knee in between the hands, coming into a low lunge. You can pad that back knee, maybe roll up your mat if you need some extra cushion. Front knee is over the front ankle. Inhaling the arms up and overhead. And from here, bring your arms behind your back towards your tailbone and clasp them together into a bind. Shrug your shoulders back, open through your chest. Gaze forward or towards the sky. I speak my truth. Inhaling here, exhale, lion's breath. Staying in this low lunge, or challenging yourself by tucking your back toes and coming up into a high lunge. Keeping that bind behind your back, opening through the shoulders, bending into that front knee. I speak my truth. One more breath here. Using that lion's breath whenever you like. And let's plant the palms, come back down to a tabletop. Going to the other side now, lengthening the left leg behind you. Shaking out that foot a little bit, rocking back and forth, waking up through the back of your body. From here, stepping that left foot in between your hands, checking in on your knees, and coming up to a low lunge. Going for the bind again, this time trying to clasp the opposite hand, so the way that might feel a little strange or a little tight. Hugging your shoulder blades together, opening through the chest, through the throat. Inhaling, exhaling, sighing it out, or a lion's breath. The more you do it, the less ridiculous it feels. Staying here, or tucking the toes and coming up to that high lunge. Woo. Imagine you're squeezing something between your legs. Find a point to focus on to help you balance. One more breath here. planting the palms, coming back to our table. Coming into a Sphinx pose, so we're placing our elbows where our hands were. Forearms and fingertips are pointing towards the front of the mat. Coming all the way down. Pelvis and thighs and tops of the feet are pressing into the ground. Opening through the chest. Shoulders are moving back. Core is engaged. Breathing into your chest and into your throat. Pressing into your forearms, opening through the chest and through the upper back a little bit more. I speak my truth. Staying here or doing a cat-cow-like motion in the Sphinx pose. Inhaling, gazing up. Exhale, rounding down, chin to chest. Keep pressing through the legs and the feet. And you guessed it. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale, rounding the spine, lion's breath. One more here. Coming all the way down onto your belly. Chin or forehead resting on the mat. Arms are down by your sides. Keep pressing your legs into the mat. And on an inhale, slowly peel up and bring your arms up. Lifting your chest off the ground, gazing at the floor in front of you, making sure you're not clenching your neck. And come down. Inhaling one more time, peeling your chest up off the mat, using your back strength. And exhale down. And from here, you can keep just engaging your upper body, or you can also invite your lower body to join you in raising on your next inhale. Inhaling the upper body and slowly lifting your legs up off the ground. Probably won't get that high, that's totally fine. Pressing your pelvis into the ground, lifting your hamstrings, shrugging your shoulders back. Exhaling down. Going for one more of a locust pose. Inhaling to lift. Chest and legs come off the ground. Neck is long, gaze is straight in front of you on the floor. And come down. From here, coming through our tabletop into a one-legged pigeon pose. Lengthening the right leg back and bringing the right leg forward. Right knee comes behind your right wrist. Extending the left leg long, checking behind you to make sure that leg is nice and straight. Staying up here with your hands by your sides on the ground, opening through the chest. If this is plenty for you, stay here. Otherwise, begin to fold down and come onto your forearms, or maybe even all the way down to the ground until your forehead meets the mat. Should feel a nice stretch through that right outer hip, through the right thigh, maybe the glute. If this is too intense, come out of the pose a little bit. You want to meet a comfortable edge where you're getting a nice stretch, but you should never feel pain. I speak my truth. Breathing into any tension here. Breathing into any resistance. Slowly coming up. Coming back to tabletop. Taking a quick cat-cow to reset. Inhaling to open. Exhaling, rounding the spine. Noticing if there's any difference between how each side of your body feels. And stepping the left foot forward. The left knee comes behind that left wrist. Right leg comes out long behind you. Walking your hands back so they're on the floor at your sides. Opening through the chest, through the throat. Staying here or beginning to fold down, coming down to your forearms, or maybe working your way all the way down towards the mat. Breathing into any areas of tightness. Breathing into any part of you that feels stuck. Relaxing through your jaw. Few more deep breaths here. And making your way up. And joining me in a seated position. And placing your hands on the tops of your thighs. Finding some length in your spine. Imagine something is pulling you straight up into the sky. And ask yourself, what does speaking my truth look like for me today? What does speaking my truth look like for me today? Inhaling the arms all the way up and overhead, joining overhead, and bringing those hands down to heart center. We'll close with a single lion's breath. Inhaling through the nose. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy you're here on this journey with me. I'll see you tomorrow.